Hello everyone, welcome again to my Excel course. Now in this video, I'm going to cover the topic of data validation and sheet protection. Now, please watch this video completely and carefully because lot many things we're going to learn. Like when it comes to data validation, suppose I have a sheet where, suppose this is a sheet where I have to select the states. So, we have Maharashtra, Gujarat, and Karnataka, the three states, and the respective cities of the respective states are mentioned one with the other. Now, what I want is like if I select a state, let's say if I select a Maharashtra here, okay, here I should get a list of that particular state only, like Maharashtra. Okay, so I should be able to select the city of that state only. If I select here the other state, maybe Gujarat. Okay, for if I select Gujarat as a state, in cities, it should populate me the cities of that particular state. Okay, and same way for Karnataka also. If I select here Karnataka, here I should get data for, list of values for Karnataka states, cities of Karnataka state. So these kind of examples we are going to learn here. So please watch this video completely and properly with proper attention and take the most advantage of this video. Okay, so let us start what we'll cover in this video. These are two topics I'm going to cover: data validation and sheet protection. Okay, let's get into the first one, data validation. We'll first of all understand what is data validation, and then we'll see few examples like how the respective validation could be implemented. Okay, so what is data validation? Data validation is a concept through which we can restrict the values to be entered on a cell. Just to take an example, I want that in a cell only some particular kind of values to be accepted. Okay, so in that case, I can use a concept of data validation. Now, how to use that? Let's take the first example. Okay, I have certain examples mentioned here. One by one, we'll take them and we'll implement them on this sheet. So if I talk about first one, I have a column called employee code. Okay, now I want to restrict the values there. Like how, if you see the first question, employee code should be a whole number between 1 and 50. That is what I want to restrict. Now, in this case, in this case, how could I do this? So I need to apply this. Think carefully. Like uh, if you focus there, you will find that I need to apply validation on this area. Okay, so you should select the area on which validation to be applied. Once this is selected, what will be the next step? You go to data validation tab. Now, where to get data validation tab? You go to option of data tab. Okay, in data tab, there's an option um, data validation. Okay, you click on this data validation option. Now, in some of the version of Excel, you'll not get a big button like data validation here. One side somewhere on the right, you will get this icon, a check mark and a cross. Okay, so that is also an option of data validation. You can use that too. Okay, so if you hover a mouse on that icon, it will populate. It will show this description data validation. Okay, you click on that and you get a data validation box. Now see what we need to apply. What validation we need to apply? We need to check that employee code, that is the numbers entered in these columns, they are the whole numbers from 1 to 50. That we need to check. Now how to do that? By default, it says in validation criteria here in settings of data validation, it says allow any value. Means what? See, on Excel sheet, you might have seen you can enter text value, you can enter number, you can enter any kind of value in a cell. Why? Because by default, it allows any value. Now, in this case, I want to restrict it. What to restrict? I want it to take only a number, whole number. So if you click on this drop down, you get various options like whole number, decimal, list, date, time, length, text length, and so on. So I want to go for whole number now. This time, I'll select whole number. And then if you select whole number, then below that you in the data box, you get an option like between, less than, greater than. You need to select what kind of condition or criteria is to be checked here. So I need to check that the number which I'm going to check should be from range 1 to 50. So here, that because we are checking for range, we are selecting between. Otherwise, less than, greater than, those options are there also. You need to, if you want to check for less than, greater than. So here between, minimum value it should take is 1 and maximum value it should take is 50. See, here it is mentioned, right? So maximum value it should be 50. Now, if I click OK, the validation is applied on that respective column. Let's verify. If I put some value here, maybe if I put 70, you will see that it is not accepting it. Okay, if I put a proper value, maybe if I put 20, it has accepted that value. So it is working as per expectation, right? Now, few things more would like to show here. If while applying data validation, see, if I enter some incorrect value, like if I put here 90, it's not accepting. So this error, the value you entered is not valid. The user has restricted values that can be entered into the cell. This is a default message what Excel is giving me. If I want to customize this message, you know what? I want to define there a message like, and the value entered is not in range of 1 to 50, hence it's not accepted. Something like that. How could I do that? So again, you need to select the range, and then you go to data validation tab. And after define, so here we already defined the settings, right? Sometime before. Now, after doing this, you need to go to error alert tab. Okay. Now here we have a provision to enter the message that you may want to customize. So if I want to, if you want to define some customized message, you can put it here. So if I say I want to show a message invalid value, okay, so I'll put here that text invalid what value. Okay, title, that box which you get, the error box, you can give a title also to it. You can give a title as validation. Okay, all right. If I click OK, and if I put here, say the 70 this time, or yep, 70 this time, if I hit enter, see, this time it gave me my message which I have defined. So this is the customized message you can show in data validation. Okay. Further, like, see that message, if want to show is like, please enter value from 1 to 50. That also works. Now remember, instead of showing please enter value from 1 to 50 as an error message, instead, if I show it while user enters it, I mean, when user clicks here itself, if you get information that the values accepted here are from 1 to 50, no other value will be accepted. So it will be good, right? Meaning, why to make an user to do errors so that he can get information. Meaning, so if you want to give some input information, so how could we do that? Just select the range, then go to data validation. Okay, you like error alert tab. We have one more tab called input message. Now here I can give some title there, like maybe info or like information. Okay, and I can put a message. Please enter value from 1 to 50. Okay, if I click OK, see, moment you click on any cell of that column, you get that message. So this ensures that user will not make any error, right, while entering information. So this way, you can restrict the user how you can enter data in a cell. You can give some error messages. You can customize error messages, and also you can give some input information when he enters the data in the cell. Okay, so these are various settings that are available in data validation box or that tab. This one. Okay. Let's see a few more validations that could be applied on the sheet. So if I talk about second column here, birth date. Okay, now in birth date section, what it says, birth date should be greater than or equal to 1st Jan 1985. No other birth date should be accepted. Meaning any birth date prior to this should not be accepted. 1st Jan 1985 and later date should be accepted. How could I do this? I'll select the range. Again, data validation tab. In data validation tab, in settings tab, of course. Now I don't want to go for all values, but I want to restrict user for what kind of values? Date values this time. So hence selecting date. And then what about date? It should be greater than or equal to 1st Jan 1985, right? For greater than equal to. So there is an option here, greater than or equal to. And you just simply put a date value the way you want to check here. So the format remains same, your date format, right? Regular date format, 1st Jan, okay, 1985. Fair enough. If I click OK, and let's put some other value like 1st Jan 1984. If I put, yeah, it's not accepting. Now again, you're getting default message. If you want to change that, you will have to customize that message. I already have shown you how to customize message. Okay. Well, so how if I enter proper date here, like 1st of December 1988, see, it took the value. Okay, so it's working. Okay, it's working as per expected. Now, next is bonus should be greater than 10,000 and less than 1 lakh. It is somewhat to the first example where it says whole number should be between 1 to 50. This time it will be a bonus value, a little bit bigger number. But again, it's to be checked in the range. So when you select the column, go to data validation tab, and then here you will select whole number, okay, between 10,000, okay, and maximum value it will take will be 1 lakh. Okay, I'll not change other settings now because already I have shown you how the settings could be implemented, and you can change it as per the needs. So this time if I enter something like 700, it doesn't take that value. Value has to be in that range of 10,000 to 1 lakh. So if I put 15,000, see, it took the value, it accepted the value. Next is little bit interesting. If I talk about mobile number, okay, now mobile number should be of exactly 10 digits. How do I check this? See, you will, if you think like that, you will say, okay, mobile number should be exactly of 10-digit number. So in this case, what should I select here? Maybe like if I can work around length, text length on, yeah, I can go for text length because moment I select text length and if I say equal to 10, it will look for 10 as length, but it will allow characters also. So this text length will not work. Then what to do? Date doesn't works for mobile number. Yeah. So we'll have to go for number again, whole number. But in this case, how to check? See, mobile number is what? 10-digit number. You all agree that? So if I want to check whether number should be exactly 10-digit number or not, what to do, we'll check whether it is exactly 10-digit, meaning how to check for that. We say between, now tell me what is minimum 10-digit number, lowest 10-digit number. It is 1 followed by 9 times 0, right? So if I say 3 times 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, 1 followed by 9 times 0. And what is largest 10-digit number? 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 10 times. Okay, if I click OK, and if I put my number here, so if I put some smaller number, see, it's not accepting it. And if I put some proper 10-digit number, so maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, see, it took that number. So this is the way your validation works for number. This is how you can check for mobile number. Okay, lastly, city, something interesting. So I need to create a drop down for cities like Mumbai. The drop down should have these cities: Mumbai, Pune, Bangalore, Kolkata, and Delhi. How do I do that? So select the range, go to data validation, and in data validation, then you need to select list type of validation. Okay, in source, now either you can type here Mumbai, Delhi, like that, or if the values like Mumbai, Bangalore, Delhi are there somewhere on sheet, you can select that range directly, something like this. Okay, at the moment that is not there, so I'll have to type it manually. Because Mumbai, Delhi, and all these values are text values, you have to put them in double quotes. See, Mumbai, comma, Pune, comma, Delhi, whatever values are there, I'm putting them in double quotes. Okay, if you are typing the values there, you have to put them in double quotes. If you're selecting the values from the cells of the column, then you don't have to worry about quotes. You just click on this box and select the range, and that's done. Okay, we'll come to that example too. If I click OK, see, it got applied. And if I click on this drop down, you see, I'm getting Mumbai, Pune, Delhi. My bad, double quotes not required. Yes, we will go to data tab, data validation. We'll simply put it normally like Mumbai, Delhi, Pune. Okay, we click OK and we get the list of values. All right. Now, coming to the next part, which is protection. Okay, before getting to protection, let's get into validation again. We saw sometime when I started with this, video, I shown you an example like this one, where I select a state and only the state cities of that state should be selected. How do I do this? Okay, how could I do this? So, similar example I can take. So this is already implemented, so I'll not go for same example. Rather, we'll take some other example. Okay. So in this case, what to do? What we can take, Okay, let's do one thing. I want to go for automobiles this time. Okay, automobiles. And so we have two types of automobiles, right? Two-wheeler, four-wheeler. Okay, so two-wheeler, okay, and four-wheeler. Okay, so instead of three, I'm taking two examples, two-wheeler and three-wheelers. Okay, now in two-wheeler, I'm putting here like Hero. I'm putting the brands there: Hero, Bajaj, TVS. So these are brands, mostly they are in two-wheelers. And if I talk about four-wheelers, the brands are like Maruti, Honda. Okay, then what? There are many, Kia, and many more. Okay, so now what I need to do is in automobiles, the first column I want it to be type of automobile, meaning whether it should be two-wheeler or four-wheeler. I should get the drop-down list for there, and then here I should get the brand. Okay, so whatever kind of automobile I select, only that kind of brand should come there. So what I'll do here is I'm creating a table. All right. Now I want to apply it only for these range. Okay, that range could be as big as possible. At the moment, I'm selecting only those three cells, and then I want to apply validation there. So I'll go to data tab. Okay, in data tab, I'll be going for list value, and I should be typing the list. What? Two-wheeler, comma, four-wheeler. Now instead of typing that, I told you we can click on this and then select these two values like this. I mean, you can drag the cursor over the values. So from here to here, whatever value appears, they will be considered. Okay, H15 to I15. If I click OK, you see here I'm in the type, I'm going to get the list of those two type of vehicles, two-wheelers or four-wheelers. Now, if I select two-wheelers, it should populate here only these brands. And if I select four-wheeler, it should get me the other brand. How could I do this? Okay, there is a interesting thing. I'll select, so this name box. What is name box? Whatever cell I click, the name of that cell will appear here. Okay, now name box could be used to give a name to some range of cells also, some range also. So I can do one thing. See this example carefully, and after completing my video, just try the same on your system also, and ensure it works. Okay, so if it doesn't work, come to my video again, watch my video again completely, and again you can try the same on your system. See, many things I'm covering in this video, so it may be possible that you may miss on one or the other point, so you may have to watch the videos multiple times. Remember, all examples are unique in their nature. So more number of times you are going to see this video, more number of times you are going to get different examples. Different examples as in like you'll understand more better way. Okay, so at the moment I'm saying I'm selecting this range, and for this range I'm going to give some name. What name? Two-wheeler. So I'll click on this name box. I will say two-wheeler. Okay, see, it should be same. So even the case sensitivity, I'm keeping it same, two-wheeler. And for this range also, I'm keeping it as four-wheeler, F-O-U-R, four, W-H-E-E-L-E-R. Okay, W capital, because here also it is capital. If I hit enter, that got applied. So for this range, four-wheeler name is taken, and for this range, two-wheeler name is taken. Okay. Now in Excel, we have one formula. What is that, See, my current cell is what? L15. Okay. L15. In this L15 cell, I am putting 10. 10 as a value. Take an example. In this L15, I am putting a value as 10. And where I have added the 10 value? On cell L15. Correct? L15. Okay, that is the name of that cell. So this is the name of that cell. Now, if I want to get this value here, we know that we say equal to this cell and we get that value as it is there. But if I say I want to get 10 value here without directly referring to this, you know what I can do? There's a function called indirect. So indirect function, what it does, it takes the name of range. Range could be cell, it could be collection of cells. So in this case, if I say indirect of this cell, indirect of LC. Now L13, if I say indirect of L13, in L13 cell, it's typed as L15. What it will take here as an output, not L15. L15, whatever the name this belongs to, okay, that it's going to take. So L15, so L13 cell has L15 written, which is nothing but a reference of this cell, the name of this cell. So whatever value appears on this cell will be taken here. That is how your indirect function works. Okay, so it wherever it refers to, it consider it as a name of the reference from where the value is to be taken. So that's why L15 when I'm referring to, L13 I'm referring to, it's targeting L15, this value of this cell, and that value it's looking for reference of that value. Okay, and accordingly it's taking 100 as a value here. Okay, now same concept I'm going to use here. How? Okay, so let me select this range. Okay, I'm selecting this range. I'll go to data validation. In data validation tab, I'll go to data this list kind of validation. Okay, now here, see, in list, sometime before we typed cities, Mumbai, Pune, and so on. Instead of typing, I can type a formula also. See, it's a formula bar, right? It's a formula bar. So I can say equals indirect. That's my function I'm going to use. Indirect of what? So see, I'm going to refer the name which appears here, meaning besides the cell. So if it is two-wheeler, it's going to get the data of two-wheeler. So you remember for this range, we gave a name as two-wheeler. For this, we gave a name as four-wheeler. So whenever I'm going to say two-wheeler, it's going to refer this range. Whenever I'm going to say four-wheeler, it's going to refer this range. Okay. So that's why when I say indirect, and now if I take this reference, now here see it took $A $17. Okay. Now if you don't understand what is this dollar and all, I have another video which has a concept of cell references covered. I would wish you to go to that video. Okay, I request you to go to that video, watch it carefully, understand the concept of cell reference, and then come here and watch this video. It will make it easy for you to understand this concept. Anyways, what is this reference? Wherever dollar is there, that remains fixed. Okay, and where dollar is not there, that changes. So at the moment it's saying $A $17. I'll convert this to $A$17. What does it mean? Sorry, I'll convert it to $A17. What does it mean? A will fix, meaning when it will come to this cell, okay, it should refer to this value. When it should come to this cell, it should refer to this value. Okay, so right from here, when I'm referring to indirect of A17, in the see, I'm selecting this range and I'm applying the formula. So throughout where the selection is there for all the respective cells, the respective formula should be getting applied, and it should be targeting this cell and only in that column. That's why I'm sticking to A column. I'm fixing A. And so it's going to start from 17. Then when it comes here, it should look for A18. So when it comes to here, it should look for A19 and so on. Okay, indirect of A17. Okay, if I hit enter or okay, see, it got applied. So what is happening here, whatever name appears here, that name it is considering. So when I say four-wheeler name is already given to this range. So only that range, I mean, those values are getting populated when I click on drop down. See, Maruti, Honda, Kia. I clicked on first value actually. So see, Maruti, Honda, Kia. And if I select here two-wheeler, okay, it will get me the list of two-wheelers. So this concept is called as dependent list, meaning here I'm creating a list using drop-down data validation, and whatever item is getting selected only for that particular item, the values will come in another list. So this list is dependent on another column or another list for its value. That's why the concept what I shown you is called as dependent list. So this is a way we can create dependent list using data validation. I hope the concept is clear. Okay, coming to next part of this video, which is data protection. What is data protection? We'll try to understand. Data protection is very simple concept using which we are going to protect my data when I want to share this data to someone. Okay, I may want to apply some password to it so that no one should be able to access data unless required or unless authorized. Okay, so let's implement these steps one by one so that it will ensure that the said topics are covered. So the first thing is protect sheet with password. I want to protect the sheet so that even if someone opens the file, that person should not be able to change anything on this sheet. How could I do that? In the review tab, there's an option called protect sheet with a password. Okay, of course, password it will ask. If I click on protect sheet, it asks me for password. I give a password as ABCD. Okay, if I give OK, again it's asking for confirmation of password. I put that and see it's protected. If I try to modify something, it will not modify. Okay, you'll have to unprotect the sheet, then only the data could be modified. Okay, I'm giving the password as ABCD again. I say okay, and it got applied. So this is the way. Now, if you want to modify, of course, it's getting modified. So this is the way data that sheet could be protected. Next is what? Hiding formulas in column F. Now, what is column F? Where is column F? Column F is this. And if you see the values here, they are nothing but some formulas. E2 into 40%. Okay, then below that, it's like E3 into 40%. So there is formula mentioned in this these cells, not a actual value. These all values are the outcome of that formula. So if you click on these cells, the formula is shown here. It is visible here. I want to hide that. How could I do that? I don't want, so I click here, the value should be shown, but here the formula should not be shown. How could I hide the formula? For that purpose, what I'm going to do is I'm going to select this range. Okay. And after selecting this range, I'll go to format pen. I'll go to format cell box. Now, how to get format cell box? Either you can right click and then say format cells, or there's an option. There is a shortcut Control-1 to get the format cell box. Okay. Now, on the last tab here, protection, there's a last tab called protection. In that, you get two options, locked and hidden. By default, locked is enabled for all cells and hidden is disabled for all cells by default in Excel. Okay. Now, what I need to do, whenever I click on any cells here, now, and remember, these two options will be applicable or they will get applied only when you protect the cells. See, it's mentioned here, locking cells or hiding formula has no effect until you protect the sheets. So after applying these things also, you need to protect the sheet. So that's why when you protect the sheet, what happens? Everything gets locked. Why? Because for all cells by default, locked is checked. That's why everything gets locked. If you uncheck this, it will not lock. Okay. So this time I'm selecting hide it, make it hidden. For what? For this range. This range has to be made hidden. Okay, I'll click OK. And now, of course, remember that thing gets applied when you lock the sheet, meaning when you protect the sheet. So I click on protect sheet. I can give a password. I can say OK. At the moment, I can give a password. Let's say ABC. I say OK again giving a password. Say OK, and the password is applied. Now see, when I click on any cell here, value is shown here, but formula it's not shown here. Of course, it's a formula. If I change this value, let's say if I make this 30,000. Okay, so this is going to apply here. I mean, it's going to change here. Now remember, it's not allowing me to modify this value. Why? Because you remember this has been locked. Everything is locked. Okay, everything is locked. But if I want that, these values should be changeable. Everything should be locked, but these values should be changeable. Or I may want to have here a column called comment. And that column should be commentable. I mean, changeable. The value should be changeable here, editable. This value should be editable. Everything should be locked on, but only this range and this range should be editable. How could I do that? Let's unprotect the sheet. Okay, so how could I do that? So this is a column called comment. Okay, and if I want to do that, what I'll do, you select the range, this as well as this one which you don't want to protect when you protect the sheet. Listen carefully what I said. I'm selecting that range or the columns or the cells which I don't want to protect when I protect my worksheet. Understood? So so I have selected that range which I don't want to protect, don't want to lock, and then I'll go to format cell box. Control-1 is password I hit, and it got me this box, format cell box. Now for this selected range, both columns, I'm going to uncheck this option of locks. And then I say okay. So what does it mean? See, the locking mechanism for these two selection or those selected cells, the ranges, is disabled now. Now when I protect my sheet, the entire data on this sheet will be protected. Okay, let me enter this password again, ABC. Okay, again I'm entering it as ABC. So everything is protected. If I modify something here, it's not allowing, but here I can add my comment. Here I can change my value. If I make this 10,000, this is getting changed to 4,000. So both the value, both the columns are editable. Apart from this two, everything else is locked. If I try to change these values, it got me an error. So this is how you can protect the entire sheet by leaving some areas unprotected. What I did, you need to select those unprotected areas which you want to leave them unprotected as such. Go to format cells, box, uncheck the option of lock, say okay, and then you protect the sheet. Okay. So then if you want to unprotect the sheet, we click on unprotect, give a password, and your sheet is unprotected. So we saw all these things: protecting the sheet, hiding the formulas, that what we did here, then keeping the column G or E unprotected when you're protecting the entire data, entire sheet. And lastly, setting password to open the file as well as to modify the file. How could I do that? Meaning if I'm sharing this file to someone and accidentally it comes in hand of some other person who I don't want him to open the file. Okay. Or even if that person opens, it should ask to enter a password. Unless giving a password, the file should not open. Or even if it opens, I don't want him to modify the file. So that's what here, password to open the file and further password to modify. How to set those? So for this, you need to get into save as box. Where to get save as box? In file menu, there is an option of save as. Okay. Click on the browse here, meaning it's going to save this file somewhere on this system. And then here there's an option called tools. And then there's an option called general options. Okay. And in general options, you get options like password to open and password to modify. So you can set those passwords here. I can say ABC, password to modify ABC. Say okay. Again, confirm the same. I'm intentionally keeping ABC, but of course you can change, you can keep your own passwords. Ensure you remember the passwords because otherwise you'll be losing out data. Well, the passwords are assigned. So if I close this file and if I go back to my, file, and if I again try to open that file, say it's asking the password. Unless giving this password, it's not going to open it. If I enter ABC, after giving password also, it's asking to enter a password to modify, meaning it should the file if you want to edit it. If I don't want it, if I don't know this editable password, so in that case, the file will be opening, but it will open in only read-only mode. So if I enter password, it's going to open in full read-write mode. There it opens. So that's how to set the password to open the file and modify the file. If you want to remove that password, how could we remove? You can go to save as option again. Okay, and then again go to tools here. Go to tools, general options, and whatever passwords you have given, you remove them like this. Say okay. Say okay. Say save. Of course, it's going to override because you selected save as option, and now the passwords are removed. So that is how you can protect the sheets and the file. Okay. So in this video, we saw how to apply data validation and then how to apply sheet protection as the file protection. I hope you have liked this video. If you like this video, share this video amongst your friends and family members. And if you want such kind of videos to appear in front of you whenever they are posted, please like this video as well as subscribe to this channel and keep watching. Thank you. See you in coming video again. Bye bye till then. Take care.